Hey everybody, and happy new year. First video of the year. And I am just here to do a little color today. We got Jayla back again. Jayla is a regular here. This is what's happening. Jayla said, I'm up on this channel. Don't play with her. So I am just basically parting her hair out in two sections because it's not going to be much of a difference, but I'm just going to do two different colors. But they're definitely going to be close in color, and I am just separating those parts so I can, control where I put her color. Now I'm using the L'Oreal High Red color in copper, and I'm using a 20 volume. And when you do color, no matter, I don't know if you're doing at home color. Some people are so against at home color. I feel like I made a video on box color before, so go back and watch them. But just make sure that you start at least an inch away from the roots, because when you start at the root, if you ever done your color at home or went to the salon and they did not do your color correctly and your roots are a lot brighter than your ends, it's because the color was applied too close to the roots too early, and the heat from your scalp generated the color and made it, process a lot faster. So that's what the issue is. So just take your time, go far away from the root first, then go back in once the color starts lifting and hit the roots. The sad part is I can't remember what color I used for the top. We just went to the store and grabbed some stuff, but all right. This is what I do remember though. We have a new, well, actually it was a holiday thing, but this is our travel pouch. Big step on a jet with my legs crossed, and it includes our favorites. So inside you are going to find our First Class to Morocco shampoo, the First Class to Morocco conditioner, the Satin Shield serum, and our Glass Brilliant Shine. So those are our four best sellers, and baby, you could buy it if you're traveling. It is TSA approved, or you can get it if you just want to try it without too much commitment. It's up to you, you know what I'm saying? So we have those on sale at deeperthanhair.com. They were for sale on the 12 days of Christmas, and we have some items left if you want to run up on them. So look how Jayla's hair came out. It's so pretty. We were nervous. Her hair was looking so dark the whole time. I'm just putting the steady cut and collar around her neck to get ready for her trim. Well, actually, she's getting a bit of a cut today. But yeah, we was a little nervous, but it came out exactly the way we wanted it to. So sometimes you be looking at the color like it's not coming up, and doing color is so unpredictable. Sometimes it stress you out, but it worked. Okay, so I'm combing her hair over the Steady Cut and Collar. The Steady Cut and Collar is a custom guide to help people cut straight. I just see a lot of lopsided cuts, a lot of, you know what I mean? We can use help sometimes. So a little guide, don't be too humble to use a guide, okay? Now, how I like to use mine, and also clearly it comes in gray now. Some people were requesting white, so I got it in gray. So here we go. We are just going to part her hair in sections so you can see the lines better. And you see Jayla's hair has always been a lot, it just grows like this where it's like thinner in the middle. So we cut it a lot to try to like keep it heavy. So I'm just zooming in. Of course, I'm using my Her Strands of Hair shears, and this is the line I chose to go with for her cut today. We wanted to be nice and heavy, and she asked for layers. So we needed to be heavy enough at the bottom so that the layers can come in without thinning the hair. Now that that first section is done, you're just going to part out the next section and bring it on down. And once you bring it down, you need to tilt the client's head to make sure that the line is still in alignment with the guideline that you used to cut it the first time. So I'm just going to take her head down right to the line again, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did the first go around. Now that that part of the hair is done, I'm just going to go around and just tap the areas that I feel like could not reach around the back. Giving her a face frame, just hitting those sides, making sure everything is nice and even and lined up with the front. And then I'm going to create a face frame in the front. Remember last video we cut Jayla some bangs, and you see how long they are? Like, her bangs are just back with a vengeance. It said bangs where? So now you see how heavy Jayla hair looks, especially in comparison to right before we cut it. You know, she's always has this thin section in the back, and we can't figure out if it's, we've done so much cutting, so much conditioning, just heat-free journeys, braids, all type of things to try to figure out how to get it to come back. And the reality of it all is I think it could possibly be a stress spot. Right now I'm going in and I'm cutting Jayla some long layers all throughout. But yeah, we think it might be a stress spot, and sometimes stress spots are a little hard to combat. So, you know, now I think what I'm gonna do is get her on the hair fuel vitamin regimen. We didn't try hair fuel. I mean, we didn't try vitamins yet. So my favorite hair vitamin is hair fuel. It's brought my hair a long way, a very long way. And thanks to you guys, they're all sold out. If you are one of the people who have bought hair fuel, if you could just jump in the comments and, you know, let us know your experience with it, because, you know, I would love to hear from you guys. But yeah, hair fuel is so good and it works so well. So I'm gonna see if that works for Jayla's, you know, stress spot. That's what we've declared it, because no matter what we do, it always just breaks off again. It's not like she doesn't wear ponytails all the time and all of that, where it just would be breaking off, and it's not broken, it's just thinner. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going in, getting these layers in so we can finish this style. Look at that, nice and heavy, the colors even and beautiful, and we are about to go in and curl. So I'm using my, of course, 22 titanium flat iron today, and I'm just giving Jayla a nice little feather. Feathering the hair is one of my favorites because you can show your length. And you don't have to like keep your curls. You know, all you have to do is wrap it around your head at night, and you know, you just use your head as one big roller. I'm actually going to show y'all that in a little bit, because I know that I always use the saran wrap to wrap the hair. I mean, not the saran wrap, because actually I use caps now, because I feel like saran wrap makes it too flat sometimes. So depending on the client or depending on yourself, you might want it super flat, so the saran wrap will lay it super flat. But if you want it still to have a little oomph, then I would say a plastic cap is better, because it doesn't just, you know, compress the hair to the head so much. So, but I'm gonna show you, you know, how to wrap the hair later with a satin scarf. So with Jayla's hair, I know I said I was giving like a little soft bend, but it's like kind of a little heavy bend now that I really look at it. It's like a hybrid, you know, it's like it's like in between the two bends, you know what I'm saying? I'm not quite, you know, making it on the straighter side, but I'm not quite bumping the ends. It's just like a little, remember bumping the ends? It's just a little hybrid of the two, you know, because why I'm doing it like this is because I want Jayla's layers to show once I wrap it and comb it back down. So in order to get those layers in, you got to make sure that those ends are ends in, you know, because if not, you're not going to get the full effect, and you went in and cut her hair in that style for her for nothing if she can't enjoy the fruits of your labor, you know. So just go in and give it a little hybrid bend. You know, that's what we're going to call it from here on out. Now, because I live in Los Angeles now and not Philly anymore, I get nervous, especially when I'm doing my friends and family for my channel and they ask for color because I'm not home to oversee it and make sure that their hair is okay. So I'll just be checking in like, hey Jayla, how your hair doing? Because it's really important to maintain the color once it's in. So a few things you could do is just, make sure that you do deep conditioners at least once a month. Make sure that you're still getting your trims. Make sure you're not laying around, because once you get permanent color, it kind of strips your hair a little bit of the integrity. It's not necessarily unhealthy, but you have to be especially careful not to lay around on cotton and dry the hair out anymore, because you just want to make sure your hair is receiving as much moisture from your scalp and outer sources possible. So just make sure if you're laying around with color, I'm just going to go ahead and spray the Glass Brilliant Shine right now. Make sure that you are, hold on, this is the Seva scarf by I Am Craft. I will put the link below for you to get your own. She has them in both black and pink. And I am just taking this out and I'm going to wrap her hair with this satin scarf. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's no different than how I wrap with anything else. I'm taking a paddle brush, wig brush, vent brush, whatever you call yours. I'm using a Denman brush, the same one I use to blow dry. And what you do when you're wrapping the hair is you're just using your head as one big roller. Okay, just think of it as one big roller. And so when you're doing your client, when their hair is fresh, you're going to have to ask for a little help. Like just hold this and hold this side too while I wrap. When you're doing your own hair, sometimes you gotta, spin your head around to hold it down. Sometimes you gotta use clips. I don't love using duckbill clips or any type of clips because they leave a dent. So if you do that, I recommend taking them out once you get that scarf on, just reaching under there, getting that clip or two out, But yeah, glad we were talking about this, because when you're laying around your house, even when you don't have color, just put your scarf on or put a satin pillowcase. I Am Craft also has satin pillowcases on her site, so that will help you out a great deal when you're working with color or regular hair, just to keep that moisture in when you are laying around the house. Okay, so for those of you who don't use plastic wrap or plastic caps at home after you press your hair, you could just put your scarf on. We left this scarf on Jayla's hair for 10 minutes just to show you that you could do it like this too if you really want to without going all plastic into it. And now I'm going to show you how it came out. Baby. I say baby. Come on now. This is so beautiful. Now this came out so much better than I even thought. I mean, I know the hair always comes out beautiful, but it's the color for me, like color. I can't tell you, like I'm not a colorist, so it just stresses me out. Like it stresses me out in school, it stressed me out my first years in the salon, and 20 years later I'm still, it's just not my thing. It's like you really have to request it and be my folks for me to be like, I'll give you some color, but I'm so grateful that we did it today, because I feel like it came out so beautiful, and I hope that you love it just as much as me and Jayla do, because baby, to me it is fly. I also love how those long layers just work. They came in exactly how I needed them to. You see how that hybrid bend, came through. And then it's not too much. So when it's growing out, it won't be like, oh, I just wish these layers were going. They're very long layer, close to the ends. And so, no big commitment. So yeah. I just want to thank you guys for always watching my channel, rocking with me, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.